just listen to that royalty free, fucking credit free, premium YouTube music.
I will say
Tasty.
that's better than a lot of the copyrighted music that I've heard today. Like
Fucking A.
that royalty-free, copyright-free, non-infringible music right there actually slapped a little harder than all of the very, very copyrightable and non-monetizable shit I heard on the radio.
You just said slapped. You heard your
Slapped,
daughter
yeah.
say that, didn't you? You didn't.
I heard a young person say that like 3 years ago. Are they not saying that anymore? Are the young people no longer?
Well, see, the problem is my theory is the moment that we hear about it, it's no longer cool. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, as parents, the moment we adopt something, whether it be like new slang terminology or some kind of clothing or like some kind of style, some kind of gangster style where they sag their pants below their butt, it's sexy to us.
Sexy.
Yeah, as soon as we do that, the young people are like, all right, man, well, that guy's got like gray in his beard and a little in his hair
and a lot in his bush.
He's wearing a hat backwards, which means I'm never wearing my hat backwards. As soon as I started wearing these, people started wearing snapbacks and shit, and I ruined it for everybody. But
what up, son?
I can't wear an adjustable hat or a snapback of any kind. I have to wear flex fits because I wear them backwards. My 2-year-old, if I try to wear my hat like this, if I wear my hat like this, my 2-year-old is like, "Daddy, take that off." She's like, "No, no, it's not right." Like she gets upset if I wear my hat forward like this, even on a bright sunny day when I'm like, I'm trying to. Oh well, she said, "No, Daddy, turn it sideways." She thinks this is sideways because she's 2.
Yeah. She has no directions yet.
She's not. I mean,
kids are stupid. By the way, guys, welcome to New England Natives. I'm Tom Bruno.
I am Jason Almy. What is good?
How
do
you do?
Yeah. Let's go full cultural appropriation.
Hey, that culture. I thought we were going for a much better culture. So I have a quick question for you, Jason. Just to start it off, and you're a man with children, yes?
Yeah. I got 2 kids, 5 and 2.
5 and 2. Girls. All right, beautiful girls. Fucking. So you know what it's like to raise kids. You know what it's like to have kid clothing all over the house, especially in your room, right? Your room.
My room, their room, the living room. Yeah. A lot of rooms have clothing strewn about. The laundry room especially, but
well, yeah, we're not going to count that. That's a room for clothing. Like I don't count my closet as full of clothes. Like it's just that's what a closet's for. That being
the closet's supposed to be full of clothes. Yeah, it's not. No one's surprised when the closet is full of clothing.
Not at all. So that being said, there's clothing, children's clothing, all over the place. Now, when you and Mrs. Native J are getting down, I'm sure it's not a clean affair. Like nobody's wearing a body condom. No one's just like, keeping track of fluids in the sexy time, right?
No, I mean, the whole point of marriage is to not have to wear a condom ever again. That's the incentive for a man to get married, is to never wear a condom again. Forget about legitimizing your offspring. Forget about the financial stability and emotional security that comes with being married. All of that shit is vastly overrated, in my opinion. In my opinion, the number one reason to get married is that you don't ever have to wear rubber ever again.
No, and you can say things during sex like, "Oh my God, fucking, I just came in a missus." What up? Things not really. I don't know.
I'm a motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that's so much better. Anyways, so when these fluids are flying in the Native J household, do now. All right, kids. Just a little bit of food for thought. So, I like to expel my fluids inside of my wifey. That's just the way. That's where it goes.
That is the way God intended. I feel like if you do it otherwise, then you're creating. I mean, I was raised Catholic, but if you do it otherwise, if you pull out, that is a grievous sin against the Lord.
It is. It's like you're taking that cum and throwing it in God's face. You can't have that.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can bust anywhere but the vagine, at least according to the Catholic doctrine.
Fucking
like if you want to be right with the Pope, you got to bust inside the vagine.
Oh, I always want to be right with the Pope. Fucking, yeah. I'm a hard.
He's got a fucked up funny hat. You don't want to fuck around with that guy.
Oh, what's that called? A poppet or what's that pulpit? What's that fucking hat called? He has
I
a
have
name.
no idea what the Pope
Jason,
hat is called.
I've been smoking weed and working too hard all day. Don't get me off on fucking Pope hats. Anyways, back to the cum. So when you come inside your wife's vagine, you don't have to go into explicit detail unless you want to.
Yeah.
Is your wife? What do you guys do afterwards? Is there a cleanup involved? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I mean, like, I think it was Sir Isaac Newton who posited that what goes up must come down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, gravity is still a thing.
Yes.
You know, we don't understand it at the quantum level, but at the macroscopic level of about 2 fluid ounces of ejaculate, human ejaculate, you do
Gallon.
notice the macroscopic effect of gravity, which is to pull fluids placed inside a vagina back out of the vagina. So, you know, I think for my purposes, I'm good to go. You know, like wipe me down, and I'm
Yeah.
fucking, you know, put my
Ready.
white t-shirt back on, and I'm ready to clock back in.
Really? Like clock back in his dad or clock back in the vagine?
No, I work from home, so
Just I mean back on the
yeah, like
clock.
I'm on a 15-minute smoke break, but I don't smoke, so it's a 15-minute poke break. You know what I mean?
Fucking A, baby.
I'm not even taking a smoke break. I'm just taking a poke break, you know?
I did that the other day. I was fucking I came
I mean,
home, his
look,
wife's
I'm tired at night, and so is my wife. We were brutally honest with each other. And we said, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to say never. Like never say never again, but at least for the foreseeable future, the remainder of 2024 and probably all of 2025, we are not having sex past 7:30 p.m. on any day at all. It's just not happening. The idea that we're going to get these kids to sleep and it's going to be 9 or 9:30 and we are going to want to have some sex instead of eating a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch and going to sleep immediately.
Oh god.
Forget about it. So, you know,
Forget
we
about
decided the only way we are going to continue to make love and connect as husband and wife in a carnal fashion, we're going to have to do
glory
it at
holes.
noon. We
Oh,
got to do like a 12:30, you know, you take a lunch break, I take a lunch break. So yeah, I mean for me, I'm wiping off, I'm clocking back in. It's no problemo for me, but
okay.
you know, obviously for her being that she is the recipient of the deposit, you know, I think, you know,
Thanks.
she's got to get up, she's got to squelch over to that toilet, you know, she's got to do what she does and possibly even put a pad between her and the panties cuz otherwise, like, you know, she's going to be working 30 minutes later, sitting upright, and, you know, gravity is going to do its
Yeah.
work, Isaac Newton said.
So what we tend to do in the native Bruno household is there's fucking for like a little bit, and then
Yeah.
there's coming a little bit, and then there's the inevitable wipe up for me because I'm always like dribble, dribble, dribble. Because I don't just hang out with my lady. That's a psychotic thing to do. Like who sits there, hangs out with fucking like semi-erect penis, just be like, was that good? Why are you crying? You don't want to do that. You don't do that. You fucking
Well,
you
I'm
pull
too
out.
smart to ask whether or not it was good. I don't want bad news.
Fuck no, if this was Rotten Tomatoes, it's 100% fresh, baby, certified.
Yeah.
Anyways, so fucking inevitably there's gonna be some clothing grabs. Someone's gonna wipe up some stuff coming out of which ways and all that stuff. If it's dark, you can't see which clothing you grab. So that brings up the question:
Yeah.
is it okay to wipe your cum on kids' clothing?
Whew,
I know,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
I know.
I think in an emergency situation, you do what you have to do. And as a parent, as a fellow parent, I'm not judging. I will say that it probably makes a difference if it's some old shit that they've grown out of, they're not likely to wear ever again. That's a lot more acceptable than like my daughter's favorite dino onesie that she is going to ask for immediately the next morning. Like she's gonna want to put that fucking thing on immediately. She's gonna be like, my dino shirt, my dino shirt. And I just wipe my dick off on it. Feels a little too disrespectful of something that she cherishes. So I will say that like I would rather wipe my dick off on one of my cats than on my kids' clothes. But obviously, like, you know, when you're in an emergency, you know, you got goop leaking. I think, you know, plan ahead. I got a roll of paper towels in my bedroom. I'm just saying. spills happen, and not just of the seminal fluid kind. Sometimes you're just
Jeez,
having coffee and you like, the cat fucking bumps it and you want to wipe up a little coffee. So I keep a roll of paper towels in my bedroom just in case normal spills or happy spills. And then we also have a towel. We have a designated towel, and it's a dark colored towel. Because if you use a white towel and she's, spotting, she's about to begin her period, or she's kind of on the other end of it, and, there's still a little spotting involved, you wipe your dick off on a fucking white towel, and it is now ruined with the colored juices.
Wine punch.
So yeah, we got like a dark red. It looks like it's like a Merlot colored towel. And you could basically do anything. You shit on that towel and no one would know. Right? So it's a perfect towel it's not a great towel at this point in time. It's not a great towel.
It's a horrible towel.
It's a horrible towel. Like, you come over to my house as a guest and you fucking, I put that towel out for you to take a shower. You're like, fuck no. Like, stay away from that fucking towel. Let me tell you.
Red towel. Red towel.
Don't use I don't think we got any red towel like Georgia red, but we got red like burgundy, like it looks like it looks like a glass of wine. You don't want to use that towel because that towel is great for wiping up. You can do whatever. You can wipe up blood. You can wipe blood off your dick, no problems. But if you use that towel to shower and like you're gonna dry your fucking clean hair with that towel, just don't, because the smell coming off of that towel, even after it's been washed and bleached.
All I see is your mom coming over to stay. She's like, Jason, I'm taking a shower.
Yeah.
You're like, sure, Mom. And she comes out with the towel wrapped around her hair. You're like, Mom,
towel smells a little. Did you leave it in the washer? It smells a little mildewy.
It's a little musty. It's a little musty, Jason.
It's a little musty. Mama, that's man must, baby. That's not.
Oh, shit.
That's man must.
That's
been in the crack of my ass. Last week, Mom. A towel. I wound that towel up. We twisted it, wound it up, and then right in my butt, Mama.
Excuse me, Mom. That's my cum catcher. That is not a towel. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this. I'm gonna say it's okay to come on kids' clothes. Yeah. I'm gonna take that hard stance, and here's my reasons why.
Jeffrey Epstein, explain yourself.
Okay, so first of all, it's Epstein, you piece of shit. Second of all, one, I bought these clothes. Nothing is owned by these fucks, dude. Not until they're 18. It's not like they're adults staying at my house, and they like roll up with their bag of clothes. Hey, Mom, Dad, can you wash this? And I just find their washed clothes in my room, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come all over this. No. These are the clothes I bought these children, so they're my clothes. 1, 2. We don't generally grab clean clothes that they're gonna wear the next day, if that was the case.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that I'm probably alone on this thought because my wife's the same way. Like she'd be like, "Oh shit, can you grab me something?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally. No, just grab whatever I see." And she's like, "That's one of the kid's shirt. Put that back." And I'm like, ugh, and I wipe my dick off just to spite her, and I throw
it's
it
sort of like, why are you wiping your dick on Peppa Pig? Do you not fucking see Peppa Pig? Like if it's dark, I guess, but like there's like that shirt has Peppa Pig on it. Like, how you gonna wipe your dick on Peppa Pig?
Fucking Peppa Pig's hot. Fucking just saying, she got that fucking bacon. She wants to show me the ham.
Tom loves wiping his dick on Peppa Pig. Everyone loves wiping their dick off on Peppa Pig. Like,
is that a puddle you're jumping at? No, it's Tom's cum.
I love muddy puddles.
Oh yeah,
that is pussy blood because my wife is on the rag, and a real man loves his woman every day of the month.
That's 2 girls, 1 cup, not Peppa Pig. Can you please switch the channel?
That is I mean, like, look, I feel you on that whole, like, I bought everything, I paid for everything, this whole shit is mine, and in fact so are you, because like I'm still paying off that fucking hospital bill for your fucking delivery, so you belong to me, motherfucker. Like, I owe more on you than the fucking Nissan outside. I got a Pathfinder out there I'm about to pay off. That little shit.
You're supposed to pay for hospital bills?
Yeah. Those aren't just optional? Well, they just sent those to me.
Fucking, is that what those letters are for? I thought they were trying to say I won something. I was like, do I have AIDS?
Yeah, I mean, like, they kept mentioning collections, and I was like, yeah, man, I got like baseball cards and shit. Like, what do you mean?
I got a bunch of comics.
I got some comic books from the 90s. I got X-Men
movies.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
You
wait till
saw my
the
wall of fucking movies.
wait till the
Right
hospital finds out about your movie collection. Like, we're here in collections. We're gonna take what's owed via
there.
fucking movies that you
We
own.
have come here to repossess all 500 Criterion Collection films you have.
I'll fucking die before you do that to me.
Yeah.
No. Fucking, you would die before they let that. So
I would not. Yeah, I would not want to give up my collection of films. It took me a long time to put this collection. Some of these are, they go out of print, and they're. It's just like anything else. It can become quite rare and hard to find.
Mhm.
And I have a few that I bought, like, just brand new. I was just like, oh yeah, I like this movie, and I went and bought the shit in like 2003. I got like a box set over here of some shit that I got in 2003. It was like $200 back then. I should check to see how much it's going for on eBay, but
I had the X-Files whole DVD collection that came in the big box set. It was given
Yeah.
to me for Christmas, and I wish I still kept that because it was fucking beautiful. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole.
That's amazing. I keep that shit. I've still got a bunch of DVDs. I got a bunch of DVDs that I bought like 20 plus years ago, like before Blu-ray was a thing. And it's like some I have upgraded, and then I got rid of the DVD because I upgraded it to like Blu-ray or 4K. And then some, it's like I don't know if it's like I still have my very first DVD. It's like special to me. Like, yeah, I got The Matrix on 4K, but like The Matrix, the very first Matrix movie, like I bought the day it was released on DVD in like 1999. Like I went to the media play, and I think I was still in high school, and motherfucking The Matrix had just been released like that day or the previous day, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking buying The Matrix. My dad just got a DVD player. My parents just got a DVD player. Fuck yeah, we're about to go home and watch The Matrix tonight, bitch tits. And so like I still have my very first DVD. It was The Matrix. It was like one of those paper DVDs, the ones that like it's got the little plastic clasp.
So that's
The
so
rest of
funny.
it's cardboard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just about to mention that. I was like, remember how shitty the cases used to be? Like they already had hard plastic case for CDs and stuff like that. How come that doesn't translate earlier? What about like the early years of DVD? Do you think they're like, I know, paper?
Yeah, we needed to do thick paper, like sort of like cardboard. I don't know, but I have a love-hate relationship with that style of packaging. I used to hate it back in the day, and when they went to the clamshell packaging, I was like, this is how it's supposed to be. Because then it was a little bit more like rigid, it was a little bit more firm. And I like my things rigid and firm, especially in my mouth and or butt. And so the clamshell was better, in my opinion. But I don't know. Like now I have that nostalgia for those old paper because there's not very many of them. Like they only did that in like 1999 and like a little bit into 2000. And then they were like, all right, this is obviously a foolish design, and we have the little clamshells now. So whatever, we don't need the paper with the weird clasp. And so like, yeah, I got a little nostalgia. Like my first DVD, my Matrix, my copy of The Matrix from 1999 is that like cardboard, like you unclasp it and then you grip it and rip it, and then you fucking go and you watch The Matrix on fucking like 720i fucking.
I'm trying to think what my first DVD was. That was full-fledged mine. I can remember my VHS tapes. I can remember those like very, very.
What'd you do with those?
With those, they got they broke. They got thrown away. They got fucking the ink, the tip ribbon fucking ripped up.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting a new collection. You can't see them right now, but I'm starting a new collection of VHS tapes.
So I do want to talk about that. I was hoping that we would have an opportunity to talk about my fucking cat.
Pussy.
Did you see him in my lap a second ago?
Oh, I saw your pussy in your lap, baby. It's black.
I have a big black pussy. It's
but not shot.
And it's fat and it's black and it's hairy.
Hairy, so hairy, and it talks back, talks shit.
Yeah, it's really pretty annoying. Knocks shit off the fucking countertop.
Hey, pussy! Stop touching my coffee, pussy.
Yeah, my fucking pussy. So at any rate, I threw most of my VHS away. Yeah. There was a point in time where I had, it was late 2000s, kind of right around, not late 2000s, late 90s, kind of, somewhere in like the 96, 97, I had a fuck ton of VHS, and I was buying VHS, and I was still like ripping things. I used to love VHS because you could rent something from Blockbuster and just hook up I had permanently hooked up like a TV in the basement, and I had 2 VCRs, and I just had them permanently hooked up because I would basically tape anything. I would make a bootleg recording of basically anything that I rented from Blockbuster. Because the way I saw it is like I could always tape over if it sucked, but if I liked it, I'd be happy to have a copy, and I would never have to rent it again. And it was unedited. I didn't have to deal with television commercials. I used to do that with a fuck ton of anime. I had so much fucking anime from like 1994, 1990, like Vampire Hunter D and shit like that. That I had just Tenchi Muyo and shit. That the first 6 episodes of Ranma, one half and shit
Yu
that
Yu
I had just made copies
Hakusho,
of. Because you know, like the
Inuyasha.
Blockbuster, the Hollywood Video, they have like 4 anime. So you'd go to like every single one in town, and like they got 3 that you don't have, and this one's got 2 that you don't have, and you just fucking rip all of them. That's what they call it these days. They call it ripping, but
they must have loved that setup, not your setup, but like the setup of the VHS tape for anime. Because
Yeah.
I remember getting, I was really into Dragon Ball Z back then. Still, I still like Dragon Ball Z, but not to the extent
I had
I
some
was
Dragon
before.
Ball Z on some VHS. Yeah.
And think about this: VHS tapes could not hold a lot. They could hold some, a couple hours. I think like 2.5 hours is the most it could hold, if I'm not mistaken, or an hour and a half. Because Titanic was 2 separate fucking VHS tapes.
Yeah. Yeah, you could cram some on there. Like you could set the play on the VCR to like really cram like 4 hours on there, but the quality would reduce because you were like compressing it more. And yeah, so like Titanic, The Godfather, Goodfellas, like those longer films that were in the 2+ hour range, 2.5 hour range, you used to have to get up halfway through the movie. You'd have like your little intermission. You know what I mean? You'd like pop one out and put the other one in.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my VHS, like I had a fuck ton of VHS, and anime was one of those ones where it's like you've got an anime television series and it's 180 episodes, and Viz Video is releasing this anime series. They've got the distribution rights for this anime series, and they're putting 2 episodes per tape. This is actually kind of what got me out of buying
VHS.
buying in like mostly anime until DVD came out. There was a little while there where like I was keeping up with it, but like I would look at a series and be like, okay, 180 episodes, 2 episodes per tape. I'm gonna buy 90 tapes at $25 a pop. Like it's so easy to do the math.
Exactly.
Okay, 90 tapes, even over the course of years at $25 a tape.
Dude,
I was just like, dude, it's hard to justify. Like, that's like 2 semesters of fucking college. Like,
that's what I'm fucking saying. So I looked this up, by the way. Do you remember what it said on the blank VHS tapes? They had a number and a letter. It was T120.
yeah.
And T120 stands for 120 minutes of recording time that's available on VHS tape. So that's 120 minutes. Each anime episode's about like 20 something minutes. You could probably get like 4 on there.
They could have crammed more on there. They definitely could have crammed.
Oh, definitely. But those credits, dude, the credits are fucking like 10, minutes long or some bullshit. They got a good theme song. Dude,
yeah. You have to love anime theme songs, dude. Some anime music just fucking like my favorite show is I used to have it. I got this show back in like 95, and it's called Orange Road. And I did a whole podcast called Abacabo Cafe all about Orange Road. I broke down every single episode of my podcast. I analyzed the shit, talk about film theory and shit. I used my film degree to talk about like really break this shit down, talking about like Kuleshov effect, eyeline matching, editing, montage, mise en scène, shit like that. I use fucking French words. I use fucking German words.
That scene that Piccolo's arm was ripped off is very "Voulez-vous coucher avec moi," which I think means beautiful. The shadowing, my God.
Which I think it means that like get that severed arm because I'm gonna jerk myself off with it.
Oh shit!
French. Like I'm gonna use Piccolo's severed arm to jerk my dick, and if you don't, you're gay.
I mean, clearly, Goku was winning in that exact moment. Do you think he fucked Piccolo's armhole before he grew it back? He's like, listen, Piccolo, I am this superior warrior in this matter. So because of that, I declare ownership over your armhole, and I'm gonna fuck it.
Yeah, I think you have to. It's like one of the things. Like as a man, you just have to. You just have to be like, dude, you're my bitch. I ripped your arm off. And now hold still for me to fuck the hole, or I'm gonna rip your head off and we're gonna do the neck hole.
So can we both agree that him fucking the armhole Piccolo is not gay, right?
No, that's not.
Okay.
Look, I think there are certain things that, like, if you're oppressing your enemy, like if you're trying to dominate, like fully dominate your enemy, your sworn
Yeah.
adversary, then like when you finally get him submitted and you fuck him in his ass or his mouth or whatever, like that's not gay at all, because that's
No.
just part of like the dominance ritual. It's
So-
it's scientifically proven that it's not homosexual at all to penetrate another man with your penis and ejaculate inside of him if that's part of like a dominance ritual.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
if you say no homo while you're doing it.
Oh, even better. Doubly. It's like black, no take back. You're fine. So, but here's the thing: Piccolo's arm grows back quickly. If Piccolo's arm grew out while Goku's dick was in Piccolo's armhole, and Piccolo grew out, and all of a sudden he has his Goku's cock in his hand, so that makes Piccolo gay now, right? Though, because
That
he's
makes
holding a
Piccolo
dude's
like
dick.
mad gay because
Bro.
he's like reaching for Goku's schmack. And you don't
Bro.
do that unless you're a
Why?
fucking like if you're a fucking meat bandit, then you fucking reach for Goku's schmack. That makes Piccolo a fucking meat hog.
So, and by the way, like, why are you grabbing that Goku? Like he's a kid with a tail. You fucking weird.
I was
That
thinking
makes
more
me-
of like adult Goku, but yeah, I guess
Well,
because
I
wasn't he
thought
a little older when he fought Piccolo?
not King Piccolo. He fought King Piccolo as a kid, and that's when his arm got ripped off. And then then there was a friend of Piccolo's when they were older and shit. If I'm not mistaken, if anyone's actually watching this,
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
like
true.
tomorrow-
I've read the manga, the OG Dragon Ball manga.
Ooh, I love tentacle
'Cause
porn.
I'm like I hate to say it, and I don't want to veer too far off from our VHS topic because I wanna go back to that, but I'm more of a manga guy in general, generally speaking.
Mhm.
Where I think most people they're more like the anime because they don't like to read because people are illiterate fucks. And I'm not looking at you specifically. I'm just making eye contact with you. I'm actually thinking about my idiot friend Chris Wutsky, and I was like, dude, I will buy you.
That sounds so fake, Chris
Yeah.
Wutsky.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
But I told him I was like, I want to read a manga with you. Like, I want you to read this Parasite manga because it's about like aliens from outer space coming over and doing like the body snatcher thing. It's a great manga. People getting chopped in half by fucking aliens and shit. It's really good. And it's not a ton of reading. If you've looked at a manga before, it's not like an American comic book where they have like these dense like word balloons and narration boxes and shit. Like you could read a manga pretty quick. It's like 10 words. You know, it's like very art focused and art driven. It's not fucking, I'm not asking him to like decipher Middle English so he can read the fucking Canterbury Tales with me. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Like,
it's not ancient Sumerian.
it's not Sanskrit. We're not fucking learning Braille so you could read with your fucking fingertips. It's a lot of fucking pictures of alien dudes getting cut in half. And there's a few words like fuck you, suck my dick, oh shit, I got cut in half. That's pretty much the whole fucking chapter. Anyway, he's like, I don't read. And I'm like, okay, so that's why anime is more popular. But I wanted to say about VHS is that you said yourself, you are resuming, you are starting over on a VHS collection. What motivated you to do that? What happened? Can you pinpoint the day that you woke up and thought, today's the day I'm going to start buying VHS again, like it's 1988?
It wasn't that. It really wasn't actually like very. It's anticlimactic because this is what happened. I've been bashing against fucking VHS tapes for a long time. I'm like, they're fucking stupid. Like there was no point in keeping them. Anytime my wife brought home a VHS tape that like was kept by her mom, be like, oh look, you love this when you're a kid. I was like, that's stupid. Get rid of it. Fuck it. And she would, put it in the cabinet or whatever. I'm a
kind of a hoarder, it sounds like.
No, it's actually me. That's what I'm about to get to. So I find shit on the side of the road and I can't.
Like dead squirrels?
Yeah, or hookers. I mean, whatever you find. To use condoms.
Fucking Vermont is wild, dog. Shit, you find dead hookers
all the time, man. I mean, come on, fucking recycle.
I live in the Stevens state. I thought I was gonna find dead hookers. I haven't found a dead hooker yet.
Tons of coke though. No, I found. I look for like free shit. Like people leave free piles after a yard sale. People moving out just leave shit on the side of the road.
So like if somebody puts something out on the curb outside their house. And they put one of them, they get a Sharpie and they write free on a piece of cardboard and lean it up. you're like, oh shit, I'm checking this out.
Yes.
All right, you are a hoarder.
It's a
I
problem.
bitch about those people. I'm like, this motherfucker is basically littering with a sign that says free. It's like if I fucking put a cardboard box, if I turn the inside of a pizza box out and write free on it, I could just litter wherever. I could just throw my trash wherever the fuck I want, as long as I write free on a pizza box and lean it up against the motherfucking trash.
Free. Do you see that?
I mean, that's cool. Is that wrapped? Is that still sealed?
No, it's not wrapped. It's not wrapped, but it is the original. It is the original 1981 release on VHS.
That's the original. That's the OG release. All right, look, I'm not going to pretend like that's not kind of cool from a nostalgic factor, but let me mount my argument against VHS.
Please, really quickly, let me just finish a little bit. So I find shit on the side of the road. I got to keep it. And one day I found this VHS tape and a bunch of other good horror movie ones. I found like 6 good horror movie ones: The Haunting, Hollow Man, Halloween, Halloween 2. And there's a couple of the ones by there. I found these are the ones I found so far. Hold on here.
Go get that shit. I'll entertain people while you get that shit. Hey, everybody out there watching this, VHS is stupid, okay? Keep that in mind, all right? VHS is fucking stupid. Don't spend more than 50 cents on a VHS, and don't do it to impress your friends. We got 4Ks these days. The only reason we ever watched VHS in 1988 is because we didn't have a fucking better option. Because I promise you one thing, for anybody that was alive and watching movies in 1988, if I fucking came from the future in my DeLorean and I busted out my 65-inch Samsung OLED TV, and I busted out my fucking Panasonic UB820 4K player, and I pulled out a fucking 4K, mind you, of goddamn Avengers Part 1, you would not stop shitting your fucking pants.
He's a witch!
You would throw every fucking VHS you ever owned or thought about buying away. You would get in the DeLorean with me to go burn the VHS factory to the fucking ground. VHS was a beast of burden. It was a matter of necessity. we had nothing else. We were young and dumb and full of cum, and that was all we fucking had back then was VHS. And that's why motherfuckers wax nostalgic about VHS today. But do you watch it? No. Nobody watches VHS. Oh, yeah, it's a good experience. Whatever. Yeah, it reminds me of being a kid. Yeah, it reminds you of having shitty fucking entertainment options. Well, and nowadays we got 4 fucking Ks on a fucking 85-inch OLED TV that I spent $3,000 on.
The problem is, Jay, is like some movies, like especially depending if they were independent and what their budget was, some movies are better to watch on low resolution, though.
Some movies don't go to. I'll agree with that. Some movies don't go to 4K. But some of this low budget stuff, if it was shot, well, look at that. Look at it this way. There's a very narrow band of time in the mid to late 80s, maybe into the early 90s, where you have some stuff that's shot on video. And that means somebody had a camcorder from 1989 and they shot this shit in very low res. So you'll find a Blu-ray of a film like Video Violence. This is a shot on video feature. It's a great movie, but it's obviously very low quality, even on Blu-ray, even in high def, because the source material is fucking, it's camcorder. I mean, it's like, it's a VHS. The ultimate quality is VHS, but that's a very narrow band of films because most independent stuff before 1984 would have been shot on film, maybe 16 millimeter, but 16 millimeter is going to look great on Blu-ray. 16 millimeter will look great, will translate great to 1080p, and maybe not all the way to 4K, but I mean, if it's shot on film, period, it'll look great in high def. And if it's later than the mid 90s, now you're starting to get into, if it's shot on video, it's like George Lucas shooting shit on fucking 4K cameras and shit. And so now you do get like a 4K resolution out of stuff that was shot in 2006 on digital video, even though I do think digital video is ugly. And I think that film is a much better way to go. Whatever. Nobody listens to me anyway.
one thing really quick while I say a couple things. This will give you an
Yeah.
opportunity. Your mic's very digitized right now. Just FYI, I can hear like a like robot-y. It's kind of weird.
No shit.
It's making me hard as fuck. I don't say.
Whoa.
I know. Are you Stephen Hawking? Because my dick's hard. Fucking. So here's the thing: is sometimes I get nostalgic, and I understand that it's all nostalgia driven. I understand that, Jason. I know it's not a good film, a way to watch a film, but it's a good film experience. The same like kind of way. Obviously, it's better to go to an IMAX than it is to go to the drive-ins. But sometimes I want to go to the fucking drive-ins, and it's cheaper, which also goes back to my point.
Well, driving is nice too because you're going to sit behind the wheel of your car and crack a couple of beers, and no one's going to come fucking bitch at you.
It's true. That's awesome. But I also like the experience, the ambiance, and the memories that are associated with it. So popping into VHS, the one thing that we hated back in the day is the one thing I kind of like now, which is when it's a little crackly in the beginning and the end. We get that little bit of like a little bit of like that. I dig that. I dig that so much, and it's so nostalgic. As long as it doesn't do it during the movie, I'm fucking fine with it.
Yeah. I will agree with you that there is a sense of nostalgia. And I am the kind of person who does feel very strongly nostalgic about things that like remind me of my childhood. If it's something that I liked when I was a kid, if it's something that like, oh, I remember doing that with my parents, like, or my brothers or all of us, like I do have a very strong, like maybe more than, some folks I've found that are not nostalgic at all. They don't really have that feeling of like, they cherish yesteryear and they're like, they have like they get wistful when they remember stuff. Like some people are just like, oh yeah, I did that shit. And they don't care. Like, I don't think about it, whatever. But I definitely get nostalgic. And like, if we were to like go through, if you were present here in my vicinity and we went through my movies, I would be able to tell you, like, yeah, I got this Bruce Lee collection because, like, I got into Bruce Lee. One day, like a Saturday, we recorded Enter the Dragon off of TBS circa like 1991. And I watched that shit and I was like, dude, this is awesome. And then, the next Christmas, my mom gave me the Bruce Lee fucking VHS set of like the 5 Bruce Lee movies or whatever. And so it's like, well, yeah, but now I got Bruce Lee on fucking
4K.
I got the Bruce Lee Criterion collection in fucking, it's on Blu-ray. Like I popped that shit in. I watched my favorite one when we got it. I told my wife, was like, we're gonna watch my favorite Bruce Lee movie. She was asleep halfway through that motherfucker. I was like, wake up, bitch. I'm gonna fucking kung fu slap you across the fucking throat. I'm gonna fucking leopard punch you right in the goddamn fucking trachea, bitch. Wake up.
That's a problem, wife. You shouldn't have went to bed because fucking this is the 4D experience of Bruce Lee movies on 5K Criterion Extreme Edition. So that nunchuck you just felt smack you across the face. That was Bruce Lee. You can't get mad at me.
I think like I do still have like there was popping in the like there was that digital noise that you would see and the like the fuzz and stuff like that around that because it's a magnetic tape with the information on it. It's like obviously very poor resolution. It's interlaced video. So it's just, it's not good, right? It's not quality and it doesn't replicate. Like if you saw the movie in the theaters, like if you saw the film in a theater, like you were experiencing it on film, non-interlaced, the best in video and sound, the highest resolution you could possibly enjoy because you were watching it on 35 millimeter. And so like, I think what people wanted, like the entire point of home video was to eventually be able to enjoy the films with the fidelity, the best fidelity that you could get to like the original 35 millimeter print. And we are only nostalgic about VHS because we were fucking young, dumb kids watching the Transformers movie on fucking VHS. FYE for the win.
So, and the last point I'm going to make with the VHS tape, because I do have 2 other things I want to do with you. We're running a little bit short on time. Is right now VHS tapes are not held dear like records are. Records, you can find an old record that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now there are VHS tapes that are worth a lot of money. I'm not saying there's not, But for the most part, if you go to any Salvation Army, any fucking Goodwill, if you go to any fucking yard sale, free shit on the side of the fucking road,
Yeah.
people are throwing these things away. Now, are you taking a chance? Yes. It's just like picking up a free DVD from the side of the road, except with the exception of like if you can always turn over that copy of Basketball and be like, oh shit, she scratched the fuck. I can't play this. And you throw it back on the side. I don't know what this looks like yet. I'm gonna have to watch it to see what happens with it.
You
It
have a
might be
VHS player?
fuck yeah, I do, baby. I picked one up. I found one on the side of the road 3 weeks ago. And I
Does
also
it
have a
work?
Sony one right there. I have two. I have one in the backup.
All right. Because I think, my counterpoint to the last thing I'll say against VHS is twofold. And they're both logistical. For one thing, if you're going to do anything with your VHS collection besides like just take up space on a shelf, which I'll come back to that. But if you're going to do anything, like, I know people who are buying VHS. You're not the only person. Like a lot of film collectors, like a lot of people like me, are going back and buying stuff on VHS to collect that medium. And I think it's retarded because I'm like,
listen,
dude,
Tom, let me tell you why you, me, and everybody else in this world is retarded.
Yeah, you've got 4,000 movies on fucking Blu-ray and 4K. Why are you going back to buy them on VHS? And if you get the hankering to watch Halloween, like it's October 28th, and you're just like, dude, I'm gonna fucking watch Halloween like I do every year. I'm gonna do my annual Halloween screening. I could watch it on TV like I used to do back in the day, complete with commercials and shit. That's kind of nostalgic. Just like, hey, they're gonna interrupt it with commercials and they're gonna edit it, and that's gay. But
it's
cool.
not the right commercials.
Yeah, it's not the right commercials, but it's still commercials nonetheless. It still it's in keeping with the original experience. Or I'm going to watch my VHS copy that I found on the side of the road, or I'm going to watch the fucking 4K Steelbook, which is what I'm going to do. All right. And fuck the rest of y'all. But I got a fucking 4K Steelbook of the original Halloween. I'm going to be watching that shit on a fucking Samsung OLED television, and everybody can suck my dick from the back. But
no, hold on, really quick. I'm
you gotta have a
get to your second
VHS
point.
player, right?
Yeah, I do. Well, hold on. I'm gonna let you get the next thing. Anyone that is interested in what we've been saying so far, we have a bunch of other episodes on our YouTube and on the Facebook and stuff. Go check those out. And for the love of God, any of the ones with Jason, I need you to do a ticket timer, where the fuck it is. I need you to keep a tally of how many times he mentions this fucking 4K Criterion collection. And 4K. I want to know if it's above 100 at this point, because Jason, as well as you should be, Jason, it's a very nice movie collection. I'm sitting here laughing, but there's movies on cases everywhere over there and shit. I have a bunch in a CD book. So I am not different than you. You're just different because you love film so much that you have it in the best medium available right this moment. And because of that, you like to you'll be like, hey, listen, this is what I'm proud of. This is the way and as a film buff, you have the right to say these things. But it doesn't change the fact that you've said it like 100 times. So I want a count of how many times, please and thank you. If it's 69, Jason will show us his butthole. Please, back to your point though. I do have a VHS player.
So you got to, like a lot of people, I think that's an issue, because as abundant as VHS are, as you've mentioned, any Goodwill, you can find a copy of The Land Before Time at any Goodwill. But
so sad.
VHS players that will play VHS cassettes, those aren't being produced anymore. They're not making new ones, which means you have to be able to find them out there in the world in working condition, operable. Also, like, there's an ecosystem that goes with any entertainment format. So like, you can't just bring a VHS. If you, let's say, hypothetically, you find on eBay or out at a Goodwill, you find a VHS player and you're willing to take a risk on it, they're becoming more expensive because they're more rare. And then B, you actually have to have a TV that accepts that input, because VHS players don't have HDMI out. And pretty much any TV that you've bought in the last decade is going to have an HDMI in and basically nothing else. Like, 15 or 20 years ago, you had S-Video, you had the RCA, you had composite video, and then you didn't have HDMI back then. But over the course of the 2010s, the ecosystem has shifted where everything's a flat panel, everything's a 16:9 ratio television, widescreen television, which of course you didn't have in the late 90s and early 2000s. Everything was the square 4:3, and now you have HDMI input and pretty much exclusively HDMI input, because almost, I mean, then the HDMI input might even go the way of the Dodo, especially on some cheaper sets, because everyone's streaming everything. You just need a fucking Wi-Fi chip in that fucking TV.
But here's the thing about that.
What do you do? How do you hook the VHS player up to a modern television? You almost have to go get an older CRT TV, and now you're really relying on 20, 30-year-old pieces of technology like the television and the VHS player to continue to work so you can watch your VHS collection.
So here's the thing, once again, and you live in New England, so I know you can admit to this as well. First of all, you can find those old TVs a lot of places, yard sales especially. Yeah. They are everywhere. They are still out there. Like, these things are not rare.
Yes, how well do they but how work? Operable are they? Like, how
exactly well are they operable? Are they fucking, do they have like that fucking burn into them? Who fucking knows? That's a possibility. But here's the other thing. Those older TVs, weren't just older TVs. It also depended on how shitty the name brand of the TV was. Yeah. So if you have a flat screen, like I have like 4 older flat screens in my house right now. Some of them are thicker, some of them are thinner, and they all have RCA hookups in them. Every single one of them, even like the newer Vizio that I got, that's only like 3 years old, that still has an RCA hookup into it.
That's wild.
So if you go and get shittier TVs, if you get the fucking QLED Sony fucking Bravia fucking Extreme Dick,
QLED,
yeah, I don't know.
Fuck with no QLED. QLED is for poor people. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Fucking my bad.
OLED is what you want, because the QLED, they're just
dog shit.
OLED with the QLED just wishes it was OLED.
Fucking QLED. Wasting my time, LED.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking quit your life, LED, because like fucking
just kill yourself, LED. Yeah. That's not cute, Jason. Yeah, I know. I'm sticking by it.
You watch right before you end it all, you piece of fucking poverty.
Fuck, you poor piece of shit. I'm gonna shit on your grave and wet my ass with my QLED. No, I won't, because it's too much money. Anyways, so there's hookups for them. You can find these TVs once again, it's available. It depends how dedicated you are to watching VHS tape. That's really what matters.
Because the thing about I mean, you did mention the analogy to vinyl earlier, and I do have a record player upstairs, but the thing about record players is that as an ecosystem, they're kind of all in, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are all in one. Like, they have the speakers built in. You don't need to have a receiver. You don't need to have speakers. They make it pretty plug and play for young, dumb people, right? Yeah. You just open the lid, you throw the record on, you push the power button, and it goes. The music comes out of the box. Yeah. And then also they're still making them. So like, I can go to Walmart tomorrow and buy a brand new Audio-Technica turntable for $100, and it's brand new. I know it works. I can fucking call Audio-Technica and bitch if it doesn't work. I could buy a brand new from Walmart. I could return it if it sucks. And vinyl, I mean, the one thing I will say for vinyl over VHS is that if you have a pretty well cared for, it doesn't even have to be something that's like pristine. Like, I've got a lot of old vinyl from the 70s from my father-in-law. I got a copy of Band on the Run from like 74. And I do love Paul McCartney and Wings, but so like, I popped on Band on the Run, and I don't think he's played it in 25 years, but it still sounded excellent. Like, there's really no loss of fidelity, and you have audiophiles who will say that vinyl is so much better than digital
audiophiles
at the highest bit rates and etc. But you don't have anybody in the video space that's going to try to mount an argument that VHS looks as good as a 35 millimeter print. I mean, so vinyl is always going to sound, I mean, unless the record is warped as fuck and it's been abused, the vinyl is going to sound great. Like, and you can buy a new player. VHS is like, VHS sucks compared to the actual experience of film. And then also it's like, they don't make new VHS players. So what are you going to do?
So here's something interesting. I just looked it up I wanted to prove you wrong. And
I'll go fuck myself.
So the real money is not in VHS players, it's in DVD VCR players combo.
Yeah, the combo.
These are the prices. Yeah. The first one, $349. Second one, this one, no, this is Amazon. If for a Funway DVD and VCR renewed combo, $349. For a Sony VHS DVD player combo, renewed $249.
Yeah.
For where the hell is it? For a Magnavox, the shit company, for that one, it's $249.
Yeah.
For it's a converter, nobody gives a shit.
Just
Okay,
by comparison, $249 will get you a pretty decent 4K Blu-ray player.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that same money you could spend, you could get a 4K player, and then VHS are cheaper.
Holy
4K is going to
shit!
cost you at least $30 new.
Oh, that's why this is new. For a brand new Toshiba SD V392 DVD VCR combo, silver, $649.
That's the Cadillac of fucking DVD VCR combos, though. I mean, come
The
on.
Rolls Royce of fucking.
That is
all these
really,
things.
that is the Rolls Royce of DVD VCR combo units. And in the silver, the original silver, fucking forget about it. Anyway,
about it.
Another thing that I will say, the final thing that I will say against VHS is that even if you're so committed to your ecosystem that you have like a CRT TV and you found a Toshiba TV from 2003 and it's got all the inputs you need. You've got the Cadillac, the Toshiba Cadillac VHS DVD combo unit, and everything's good. That's money. That's Gucci. You have that in addition to your flat screen. You probably have a flat screen, and then maybe the old setup is downstairs or whatever. I get that. That's cool. But then you also have to house your VHS collection. And the thing that I will say that eventually like really kind of burnt me on my VHS, having a large collection, like a very large, like several hundred of VHS collection circa the late 90s. And one reason I was happy to get rid of them is that they took up fucking space. Like get 10 Blu-rays and stack them up and just put them on a table in a stack, 10 Blu-rays, and then get 10 VHS and stack them up right next to the 10 Blu-ray stack. And then just look at the amount of space. Like visually, you don't need to measure shit. Just look at the amount of space taken up by the same amount of films, the same number of films. And I think what you have there is very redonkulous indeed. But the VHS take up a ton of space. How are you going to have a 1,000 film collection, which is really the bare minimum for any respectable film collection? It needs to be at least 1,000 films deep. Where are you going to put all those VHS?
Well,
how are you going to store all of those?
Once again, okay, but it's just like any collection, though. Fucking, where do you put anything? You have to love it enough to show it, and that's kind of the thing. So, okay, so we got to get off VHS. I need to do one of these things. I pulled two things for you. I
need to derail you at every fucking turn. I need to be like,
okay,
what, you got something planned? Let's spend 55 minutes talking about a dead format.
Which is okay. I'm cool with that too, because I'm the one that brought it up. I'm okay with that. But okay,
you want to talk VHS? I got opinions about VHS.
Okay, so we'll save the second thing I was going to bring up for closer to Halloween. Let's do it the first one. Jason, do you think you're a virtuous boy? Are you a good boy?
I think we would have to talk about like specific areas of virtue, because in some ways I think I am virtuous. I'm a 4-3 black belt and an Eagle Scout, so like I'm a good boy in some way.
So you bang scout leaders really hard while saying whoa, 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 whoa.
Definitely got boned by some scout leaders in the woods.
Okay, they're sexy.
That's the place to go to bang scout leaders. But on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, I think that there are definitely times where I'm not so virtuous.
All right, good, because this is going to tell us whether you're virtuous or not. This quiz is entitled "Are You a Slut?" So, Jason Elmy, let's find out. Question number 1: how many sexual partners have you had? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, or 15 or more?
What kind of question is this?
I don't know. It's a question. It's a
terrible
quiz,
question.
It's going to rate you. This is going to, at the very end, it's going to tally all your shit and give you a rating of whether you're slutty or Virgin Mary. So let's find out.
Yeah, well, I'm also a guy, so it doesn't count for me.
It doesn't matter. What do you mean? These are just numbers.
There's really no what kind of strategy do you go with when you answer that? Do I go with honesty? People are just going to think I'm going to brag. That's why it's a bad question. 15 or more. Yeah, it's 15 or more. But why did they set the number so low? Because now it sounds like I'm bragging.
Well, not really. I asked you. Would you take part in a threesome or gangbang? No, yes, if it were for money, I already have. What the heck is a gangbang?
I have not already.
Okay, so you have.
So I can't answer that one. We can take that one off the list, and then the what the heck is a gangbang? We can also take that off the list because I have the internet. Everybody knows what a gangbang is.
Okay, so the answer is no.
I get, but maybe, but it might be yes. I my answer is more maybe. It really depends on the situation and the scenario.
If it were for money, then yes, we'll go.
I don't know. It depends. It depends because if it's a little bit of money and it's like it's me and two other dudes, I don't want that gang.
Answer's locked in, Jason. I'm sorry, I can't go back.
All right.
Suppose you had a boyfriend who had a very, very sexy, good-looking brother. Would you cheat on your boyfriend with his brother, assuming your brother was interested in you? No. Yes. If my boyfriend wouldn't find out. Yes. If it were for money. If I would ask him to join us in a threesome or gangbang.
No, I think that's wrong. I don't think you should be boning.
Good answer.
I don't think you should be boning siblings of the person that you're with.
Good man.
I think that's a bad thing to do, whether it's for money or what. It's a bad thing to do.
Unless it's a step parent. If it's a step parent, just go for it. Like a billion porn dollars can't be wrong.
Yeah.
You were to receive, Jason, a flirty message from someone you just met. How do you respond? Politely decline, as you prefer getting to know someone better first. You flirt back a little. It's harmless fun. Engage enthusiastically, enjoying the flirtation. Suggest a meeting up for a date to explore the chemistry. Propose a bold, adventurous date idea and see how they handle it. Which one's you?
I'm probably around the nothing category, but like I do sometimes because you get those phishing texts, and anytime I do, I pretend to be like an ultra horny Indian dude. I have like a picture of like an Indian dude in his mom's basement wearing like his dad's suit, just looking nerdy as fuck. And when they're like, send me a picture of you, I'm like, this me. Like I use bad English grammar and everything. Like I send them a picture of this Indian guy, and he's like,
it's him.
Yeah. I'm like, this is me. Like, send me a picture of you. Like, so I mean, like, no, I obviously would not do anything, but I do like to fuck with people too.
Politely decline is the answer. 5. Your crush says they're only interested in something casual. Your response: disappointed. You were hoping for something more meaningful. A bit hesitant, but you're willing to give it a try. Perfect. You prefer to keep things light and fun anyways. Thrilled. You prefer to keep the things light and fun anyway. Wow. No. That's exactly what you're looking for. Sorry. I just went cross-eyed and read the wrong thing. Excited. And you suggest starting immediately.
I would probably say the second one, the hesitant. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little bit like, well, you know, I'm a little like there's part of me that's a little disappointed because it's my crush. I wanted something more, but like I'll take what I can get too because I got a penis.
How much butt play is involved? You've been chatting with several people on a dating app. How do you decide who to meet? Whoever seems the most genuine and shares your values. The person with the most interesting conversation. Anyone who's up for fun and doesn't seem too serious. The most attractive. Why waste time? Multiple people in one day. Why limit yourself?
I think somewhere between the first two and the last one. You know what I mean? Because there's part of me that's like cast a wide net. You know what I mean? Like holler at everybody and see what lands. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're talking to a bunch of people and you're trying to make something happen, like invite everybody out, see who says yes, and like obviously have sex with the people who say yes. But I mean, like, you know, if you try to obtain consent one time and the person doesn't consent and they say no, well, then you go home and hold your dick. But if you try to obtain consent a lot of times, then somebody's going to say yes, and then bada bing, bada boom. But then on the other hand, you know, if we're talking about something that's a little bit, you know, you're trying to build something like long term, you do need to have somebody that like, you know, they're fun to be around, the conversation is good, and maybe they share your values. So like my real answer, not just getting ass, is, you know, somewhere in between the first two, you know, but my ass answer is like, yo, just see who's down to clown. And then like, let's fucking meet up, yo.
So anyone that's up for some fun doesn't seem too serious.
The last one, just everybody. Just
okay, everybody. Gotcha. Sorry. How often do you fantasize about a crush or someone else for that matter? No, that's gross. Yes, all the time. And this is obviously fictitious, We just want to put that out there. If there's anyone who's watching, this is not Jason real right now. We are talking about
This is how often I think about my wife because she's my crush.
Oh, all right. So yes, all the time. What a slut you are. Okay,
All the
let's
time,
go.
every
Let's
day.
go. Let's go back in time. Did you ever let a boy hump you or grind you in your younger years? No, I was a tomboy. Yes, I have let boys hump and grind on me. I still do let boys hump and grind on me. Yes, but it was for money.
I would say, I don't know. Not
Please,
that yes, it
Jason.
was for money. Not that I still let them hump and grind on me, but you know, I have let people hump and grind on me previously prior.
So I have
So
let boys hump and grind on me as your answer.
yeah,
Okay, good, good, good. Do you have any tattoos? Yes.
no, I have
No.
0,
No. Okay. Fucking A. All
none,
right. Cool. Goddamn. Do
none,
you have any piercings other than your ears?
none.
None. Okay.
I'm
So,
crossing
cool.
over whole.
They're basically asking, have you put more holes in you for people to fuck? Is that
Yeah,
what's going on?
not like you dirty fucks who
Have you
vandalized your own bodies.
fucking know what you're
I'm
talking
fucking going over clean.
about.
Little
Jesus loves
herpes,
me.
but like
The only
otherwise
hole
clean.
Jesus has of mine is my butt. Have you ever worn very short, skimpy shorts? No. Yes. Yes, I still wear them. Yes, but I have to change into them after I leave home. No, but I really want to.
The second one, maybe.
All right, cool. Yes, I like it. Good. We're plowing through these. I was about to say, like, we have 21 of these questions. I didn't realize there's a lot. If we had more time, Jason, this wouldn't be such a big deal, but I'm going cross-eyed. How do you define a successful date? A great conversation and a new friend, a good night kiss and plans to see each other again, a passionate make-out session that leaves you wanting more, an intense connection, and a memorable night back at your place, a wild adventure that ends with breakfast the next morning.
I mean, dude, who doesn't love a wild adventure that ends up with breakfast the next morning? A, I love wild adventures. B, breakfast is fucking phenomenal. What are we talking about? Eggs Benedict? Like,
I
we
think we're
gonna
talking
are we
no
gonna
Grand
go
Slam,
rob a 7-Eleven, do
Grand
drugs
Slam
under an
breakfast.
overpass, and then hump, and then go get fucking Eggs Benedict? Because that sounds like an excellent fucking night to me.
Fucking eggs Benedict. You just took my eggs Benedict. Have
Yeah,
you ever worn
just
or
Eggs
used
Benedict in your ass.
have you ever worn or used body paint?
No.
No, okay. Let's go. No, there's a picture of an Indian chick with that. That's racist. But having sex, if you do you think fantasize about someone other than your partner? I don't have sex. No. Yes, I have once or twice. I hate to admit it, but I fantasize about others while having sex all the time.
No.
I don't have sex. Perfect. How do you
Oh,
feel
I do
about
have
public
sex
displays of
sometimes.
I know you do. I
We
definitely
talked
know.
about it. I wipe my dick on Peppa Pig.
Sorry, it's already been selected. I can't change it. How do you feel about public displays of affection? Uncomfortable. You're more private about your affections. A little is okay, but nothing too over the top. Totally fine. You're all for showing love. Love it. More passionate, the better. The more outrageous, the better. You enjoy people watching. You love cucking and fucking in public. That last part wasn't it. Anyways,
I like it. Number
I like
2,
it.
a little bit is okay. You know what I mean?
All
My hand holding, a peck. I'm a married man after all. Like, people expect me to kiss my wife goodbye.
right. Okay. Which is the most important in your dream mate? Money, good personality, freakiness, or good looks?
I would say good personality is the most important
Mm,
because you got to deal with this motherfucker. We're not talking about one night stand in which good looks is the most important. We talk about I got to deal with this motherfucker on a day to day.
mm.
I needed somebody with a decent personality, or I'm gonna fucking shoot myself in the mouth while watching my
Um,
QLED like a
how
poor
quickly
person.
do you how quickly do you get physically intimate with someone when you're dating? You prefer to wait until a committed relationship is established after a few dates if you feel a strong connection. If the first date goes well, why wait? Almost immediately if the chemistry is undeniable, and go on the first date. It's a good way to test on the first date. It's a good way to test compatibility.
I think maybe the second to last one. You know what I mean? Like if the
Get out of
feeling
the
is
way.
right, dude.
I like it. We're
I am
coming
a
down to
male. Why wait?
fucking dousing rod of vagina. Have you ever called yourself a nympho or have others called you one? No. Yes. My friends and my schoolmates have called me a nympho. Yeah. What kind of bad friends are these? Yes. And I still don't know what it means. I have called myself a nympho, but no one else has called me that. What's a nympho?
No, I don't think anyone's called me a nympho.
All right, good.
I'm a
good.
dude. Like I fucking bust, and then I need like a sandwich and like an hour nap.
Oh,
Like I'm not a fucking
delicious.
nympho. Like I need a Jimmy John's in like an hour. Like talk to me again tomorrow. Like my dick is not getting hard again.
Oh,
I'm a
Jersey
fucking
Mike's.
dude.
What type of sex do you enjoy or prefer? What I don't have sex. Foreplay. I like to be dominant. All kinds. I'm up for anything. Whatever he or she prefers.
I would say all kinds.
All right, cool.
What you know, I'm down. I'm down for
Down for it
you know,
all.
yeah. I'll try some new shit. Why not?
All right, let's see what we. Oh, last question.
I'll fucking piss on a girl. I don't, you know.
Jason, for the last question to prove if you're a slut or not. How do you feel about friends with benefits? It's not something you're interested in. You prefer more meaningful connections. Curious, but you're not sure it's for you. It's practical arrangement that could be fun and satisfying. You're all for it. It's a great way to fulfill your needs. You've had multiple and enjoyed no strings attached dynamic.
I would say the second to last one is practical. You know what I mean? Like, good way to go.
All right, practical. All right, ready? Let's get these test results. I swear to God, if they tell me I need a credit card to complete, I'll kill them. All right, you are 58% a slut, which means you are a slut. Maybe not a full-blown one, but you're definitely somewhat of a slut. All right, darling. It seems that based off the results of this quiz, you all fall around the 58% mark of slut scale. Remember, these quizzes aren't definitive. They are meant to be fun and entertaining, so don't take the results too seriously. This places you a bit above the average of those who have taken the test, with a typical score being around 36%. What does this mean, you ask? Well, simply, it indicates that you might have a more adventurous spirit when it comes to romance or relationships. Perhaps you enjoy the thrill of new encounters, or maybe you're just more comfortable expressing your sexuality openly. And remember, that's completely okay, Jason.
Yeah, it's called I'm a dude, and I took a test for chicks, and I'm a dude, and I like coming in and on things.
You can't gender specify quizzes, Jason. That's not okay. I'm just saying.
This quiz asked me like 18 times if I like to hump boys. It's a fucking gender specific quiz, man. Shit.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it was pretty great. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this, it's not just playing here.
I am a hoe.
You are a slut. You better go tell your wife this. Big. So I'm 56% slut. What it made me 57?
I am 58% slut. Get inside me.
Take you all.
Fucking bend me over. Don't even spit on that thing first.
No.
Just fucking
hawk to a
bang it right in, dude.
We have a Facebook, we have a YouTube. You're seeing what is being recorded on our YouTube right this second, being presented on Tatnus TV. So if you like our stuff, go check it out. We do things like this all the time. We get redonkulous. We talk about movies for 90 minutes, and then fucking eventually we let Tom give Jason a quiz. Next week it's going to be whether he's into bestiality. I have that quiz
talk
loaded.
About
right
dead media formats.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Next week we're going to talk all about papyrus, the ancient Egyptian method of writing on papyrus. People used to read that shit in like a long scroll.
And then we're going to go through our fucking what the fuck Laserdisc collections, and we're going to fucking present them.
Fucking Laserdisc was the titties, man. I had a Laserdisc player.
Of course you did. You're 90.
Yeah, my uncle is. I had an uncle who's like, he gives shit for Christmas, and he's like, I give computers for Christmas, and I give fucking movie players and shit. I'm like, dude, you gave me a fucking Laserdisc player for Christmas in 2011. You fuck. Like, that doesn't make you magnanimous. If you'd given me a Laserdisc player in 1991, that would have been cool. You gave it to me 20 years too late. Like, don't give me a fucking Toshiba ThinkPad from 1992 and then fucking act like, oh, I gave you a laptop last Christmas. Yeah, technically that's not a lie, but the fucking laptop you gave me might as well have been Egyptian papyrus. The fucking thing was so fucking old. I couldn't load a fucking Windows model after 95 on that bitch. I'm still using fucking Excel from fucking 1998 on this fucking ThinkPad you gave me. Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, hey Jason, I heard you're really into media that you can hold in your palm. Here's a new Palm Pilot for you. Yeah. It's really good. You
Pilot, yeah.
Fucking can't wait for this. So hey guys, this has been New England Natives. I am Tom Bruno.
I am Jason Almy. It's been a pleasure.
58% slut Jason Almy. Hey guys,
58% hoe, get at me. Slide in my DMs. 58% of you are gonna get lucky. You know, there's
Love it.
42% I ain't gonna bone, but 58%
No, fuck
of
you.
you
You're
I'm gonna bone. So
40,
slide in my
42% of you
DMs, baby.
ugly as fuck. Deuces, bitches.
Yeah.